Everyone, Jordan, Tales from a Former Drunk. Happy Monday. I was thinking yesterday about doing the video and where I wanted to do it. And I just decided that I'm going to do it wherever I can find peace and quiet. And so here I am in a secluded, top secret location. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about gratitude. It was 10 years ago this year that my life came spiraling out of control, completely came undone. I was in an unhappy marriage and I had 4 children, ages 2 to 12. And the bottom came out of my world. Absolutely, positively came undone. I ended a marriage. I had an affair. And June 25th, 2008 was the first time that I decided that I would get up in the morning and I would drink. And I've talked about this before. I had no accountability. I had no job, no car. I was losing the home. Marriage was in, peril. And my life was a mess. I had just lost the greatest man that I ever knew, my stepdad. And I didn't know what to do with myself. The long summer just seemed like it was just mine for the taking. So it was during that summer that I proceeded to behave recklessly. I drug my children around. I hung out with shifty people. I made decisions that would have everlasting repercussions on myself and my 12-year-old son's relationship. I mean, we still have to struggle to have a healthy relationship, and it's not always easy. So 10 years ago, I was in a completely different place than I am right now. And when I'm having a bad day or when I'm depressed, which does happen, I make a gratitude list. I keep a gratitude list on my phone so I can look at it. And I write a lot of dark things. I write a lot of things that have happened to me, and sometimes they can take me down a dark path. But I feel like it's detrimental to get that stuff out because it's so therapeutic. But I also feel like it's important to talk about the positive things in my life, all the positive changes that have happened in the 7 years that I've been sober. There's been numerous times in my life when I've been homeless or carless or had my utilities shut off. And sometimes that wasn't even due to the negligence of the drinking. Sometimes that's just everyday life struggles. I'm a single parent. I still have 3 teenagers at home. And life can get hard sometimes, but it's important to realize just how far you've come. Take baby steps, one flip-flop at a time. I managed to change careers. After the debacle with what happened to me, I couldn't get a job for 2 years. So I was unemployable for 2 years. And when I did get a job, I would drink on the job. And I would go to work drunk. And I would leave my desk because I was in the break room drinking. And I inevitably got fired. I was totally unemployable. Nobody wanted me as an employer. I was unreliable. I couldn't even sit at my desk, let alone come into work sometimes. So when I finally got sober, I ended up having a 5-year career, and I really, really liked it. I loved it actually, but it wasn't enough financially. So as bad as things were in 2008, in 2016, 5 years after I got sober, I ended up buying my first car for the first time in a long time, just me. I ended up being able to buy a house, and I switched jobs. Completely took a leap of faith. Switched jobs, switched the kids' school, and I never looked back. I remember praying and praying about it to my higher power. And I remember thinking, what have you got to lose? You haven't got anything to lose. But on the other side is all these blessings that could happen. So 2 years later, I've now had 3 different cars. I was able to buy my first car loan this summer just on my own. And I'm at a job that I on most days I really love. Some days it tries my patience. My children are healthy, and I wake up sober every single morning, and I'm not hungover, and I don't have to think, where's my car? Where did I leave my car? What did I do last night? Did I embarrass myself? Worse yet, did I embarrass my children? Last year, I decided that I would take a huge leap of faith and start dating again. It was almost like last July. And I did that. And it was scary, but I didn't die. And I'm still doing that. And it's all kinds of uncomfortable, but I didn't die. And I made a list of things last year that I wanted to achieve in my head. And one of them was travel more. And I can actually say that I've been so incredibly blessed to travel. And I met a friend that likes to travel just as much as I do. So I've been blessed to travel and see places on my bucket list that I've never seen before. So I'm really grateful for that. I have an amazing tribe of girlfriends that pick me up, call me, text me when I don't answer. The blessings. We've always heard about the blessings and the promises. And I'm here to tell you that if you do the step work and you do what's put in front of you and the suggestions, your life is going to get so much better. You know, my mentor yesterday, I met with her, and she wants me to make a list of all the goals I want to set in the next year and put them in a sealed envelope and open them next September. So I'm really, really excited to do that. And I mean, just the possibilities are endless. And if you're having trouble with depression, or you're just in a rut, maybe make everyday goals. Like, it could be like going out to the mailbox, going on a walk, something that gets you out in the fresh air, gets you excited about something. And I know it's really, really hard, but I think about where I was 10 years ago compared to where I am now. And it's just amazing. I never thought that I would have a sober life. I couldn't put a day together. You know, I couldn't stay sober. I would be talking to people, and they would turn around and I would be gone. And I would walk up to the bars. I had no problem drinking alone. I would just walk up to the bars and drink and come back. Nobody could depend on me for anything. I didn't show up for anything that I was supposed to show up for. And I was just a mess, a hot mess. And with crazier hair than my hair is now. So on the rough days, I really try to think about being grateful and being humble, because all of this could be taken away at any moment. You know, if I decide that I want to drink or use drugs or have sketchy behavior, hang out with sketchy people, all of that could lead me really fast right back to being homeless, carless. You know, I'm scared to death that could happen. But as long as I keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and doing the right things, and being humble and being kind, and not picking up that drink or putting in my body a drug, then for today, that's what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have one more day of sobriety. So I hope that you've gotten something out of this video. I'm really hoping in the future to make these videos when I travel. Sometimes they'll be boring backgrounds, but sometimes they're going to be really fun and very scenic. So this is my first video doing it by myself. My cameraman is not available right now, or she would be here. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm Jordan, Tales of a Former Drunk.